5 shocking facts about the British military from feudal levies to global empire. What if I told you that the army that conquered a quarter of the world began as a ragtag group of farmers forced to fig for 30 days a year? It's a shocking transformation that most people know nothing about. In this video, we're diving into the 5 shocking facts about the British military, tracing its journey from feudal levies to the backbone of a global empire. The story begins with a fundamental problem. For centuries, English kings relied on the feudal levy, a system where lords provided knights and peasants for short-term military service. This was fine for defending the homeland, but how could you build an empire with an army that dissolved every few months? This was the central challenge: to create a permanent, professional fighting force capable of projecting power across oceans. Without solving this, the dream of a British empire would have remained just that, a dream. So, how did they do it? The first shocking fact is the rise of the longbow revolution. During the 100 Years' War, England didn't rely on noble knights but on paid, professional archers. This shift from feudal obligation to paid service laid the groundwork for a standing army. Fact 2. The empire wasn't built by the army alone. It was built by the Royal Navy. Britain realized that controlling the seas was the key to global power. The Navy became a floating fortress and a global taxi service for its land forces, allowing a small island nation to strike anywhere in the world. This symbiotic relationship between the army and navy was Britain's superpower. Fact 3 is the brutal discipline that forged this new army. The infamous Cat o' Tails was a standard tool for punishment. Soldiers were drilled relentlessly and subjected to a harsh code of conduct. It was this iron discipline, not just bravery, that allowed them to stand firm against overwhelming odds. From the fields of Waterloo to the plains of India. The fourth fact is the role of colonial warfare. Fighting in diverse environments like North America and India forced the army to adapt constantly. They learned guerrilla tactics from their enemies and developed specialized units like light infantry. The colonies became a brutal training ground, hardening the British military into the world's most experienced and versatile fighting force. And that brings us to the fifth and most shocking fact: the British Empire was conquered by an astonishingly small number of soldiers. At its peak, a few 100,000 troops controlled a global population of over 400 million people. This wasn't just brute force, it was a sophisticated system of control, using local allies, advanced technology, and the sheer terror inspired by their reputation. They were the thin red line that held a vast and complex empire together. From part-time farmers to a global police force, the evolution of the British military is a story of ruthless innovation, brutal discipline, and strategic genius. It demonstrates how a nation transformed its military from a defensive shield into the spearhead of imperial ambition, changing the course of world history forever.